મને એવું લાગે છે સર કે રિટાયરમેન્ટ શબ્દથી તમને ડર લાગે છે.
I am neither retired nor tired.
રાઈટ, નીધર રિટાયર્ડ નોટ ટાયર્ડ. યા સર, તમે આટલું બધું ટ્રાવેલ કરો છો, કંટાળો નથી આવતો સર?
It's actually difficult to talk about oneself.
યુ નો ઇંગ્લિશ, મરાઠી, ગુજરાતી, હિન્દી, સમ ઓફ ધ ફોરેન લેંગ્વેજીસ. આ વિચાર કઈ ભાષામાં કરો છો?
I have always thought in
Samir J. Shah's legacy, 45 years and 50 years or 55 years coming in logistic, will carry ahead by your daughters. Is it true?
We were always given the freedom to decide what we want to do.
Marathi Manus came to Ahmedabad and from Ahmedabad to global. Which thing after 40 years still you miss?
Everybody in Bombay appears to have a purpose.
Oh. યાર, આજે મને ગોવા જેવું ફીલ થાય છે. ના કોઈ બ્લેઝર છે, ના કોટી, ના ટાઈ, કે ના એવી કોઈ સ્પેશિયલ પ્રિપેરેશન કે પ્રેશર કે આજે મારે આ એજન્ડા ઉપર આ ટૉપિક પર વાત કરવાની છે. આજે આપણે વાત કરવાના છે પર્સન વિશે. જનરલી આપણે એવોર્ડ્સ, અચીવમેન્ટ્સ, બેકગ્રાઉન્ડ અને એમના સ્ટોરીઝથી, એમની પ્રોફેશનલ જર્નીઝથી આપણે ઇન્સ્પાયર થઈએ છીએ. મારો આજે એવો ટ્રાય છે કે આજે આપણે વ્યક્તિને ઓળખીએ. એક એવી વ્યક્તિ કે જેઓ મુંબઈથી અમદાવાદ અને અમદાવાદથી સમગ્ર વિશ્વમાં ફરેલા છે. એક એવી વ્યક્તિ કે જેમની સ્ટોરી એ આપણે પ્રોફેશનલી જાણીએ છીએ, પણ આજે આપણે પર્સનલી એમના ઓબ્ઝર્વેશન, એમની વેલ્યુઝ, એમની બિલીવ્સ અને એમના વિશે આજે આપણે જાણીશું આ પોડકાસ્ટમાં. આઈ એમ વેરી શ્યોર ઇફ યુ ગો થ્રુ ધીસ પોડકાસ્ટ, you will laugh, you will enjoy, and many of your concepts will get clear. Some of the highlights you can see from this video and from my questions. So Samir J. Shah, the name itself speak 45 years of legacy in logistics and shipping. But sir, we are not going to talk about this. We are going to talk about the unsung stories of yours. First, sir, you travel a lot of countries, and probably the 100 of hours you fly in the air. Sir, don't you get bored?
It's actually difficult to talk about oneself. But yeah, I have done about 33 countries and I've never got tired. It has never occurred to me that it's a long journey, how I'll have to sit, what will I do. It's always been that, oh my God, I read so fast, whether it was a 24, 26-hour journey or it was a short 4 hours journey. I've always felt that, oh my God, the time just flew. I love to see people, observe people. I notice a lot of things. I imbibe a lot of things from everybody. And I love to do window shopping and do shopping. So that's what the airports help me with. I am a very strict vegetarian, but over the last 10 years I've started experimenting on vegetarian food all over the world. So, and I easily talk to strangers. I can even wake up my neighbor in the flight and start talking to him. And then of course there are so many movies which you have not seen. There is so much reading to be done. And if there's nothing, you can always daydream. Daydreaming is not a privilege of the young. Daydreaming can be a privilege of the old also.
True. So sir, you mentioned that you speak to the strangers and you are very inquisitive to ask the questions to the stranger. Can you tell any of the funny incident when you ask any stranger and you get unexpected answer from that?
No, I don't only like to ask strangers. I like to advise them also.
Oh.
So if I'm seeing a young mother struggling with kids, or somebody struggling with bags, or somebody doing something which I feel you can do it much more easier and simpler, I will go and tell the person, think about it, do it like this, try it out. So it's not that only. Yes, I have had people telling me mind your own business, and not in such good language. Sometimes I have not understood the bad words they've used. But by and large, there have been very few negative experiences, because you are very careful, you are respectful, you are considerate in talking to them. Yes, I've had some interesting times when people have not believed that I'm from India. I can speak relatively very fluent English. I carry myself in a certain manner, and they find it very difficult to believe that I'm from Ahmedabad. They would have put me in a Delhi or a Mumbai slot, or maybe a UK or a American slot. So there have been some such incidences, but by and large, it's been a good journey.
Sir, I am very curious to know, is there any possibility of getting mixing of the language, because you know English, Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati and some of the foreign languages. Then,
Anybody speaking more than one language does not speak in one language.
oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sure all of us, without realizing, in one sentence we use 2-3 languages, especially the Indians. It's very normal, you know. Asu kare che, tu, why are you doing this? Now it's just one sentence. But we've used 2 languages over there. So, yeah, but you have to be a bit conscious, because I'll end up speaking in Gujarati in North India or East India or South India, and people say, ruko, ruko, this is not Gujarat.
Ah,
Or then if I've had a few times when I've been in France or Italy and I've landed up saying a few words in German, and the guy says, which language are you talking in? So I don't think any of us talks in one language, but yeah, you've got to make that conscious effort that the person on the other side understands what you're saying.
but these are external stakeholder. Now, if I talk about yourself, તો તમને વિચારો કઈ ભાષામાં આવે છે?
English. I have always thought in English. I don't know whether it was my school, it was my friends in the initial years, my parents, my immediate uncles and aunties, everyone spoke English in the early 60s. So I think in English.
Oh.
And I tell everyone, you know, I said, it's very funny, you know, my staff come to me with 20 pages and I'll tell them why there's a spelling mistake here, why there's a grammar mistake here. But if the same thing comes to me in a Gujarati, Hindi, Marathi, I will miss the spellings, I will miss the grammar. But yeah, I think in English.
In English, yeah. Sir, you work so hard. You are into the industry since more than 45 years. You travel a lot. You meet a lot of people. Don't you get feared with the retirement world? Retirement
First of all, I
शब्द
don't think I work hard.
No, but sir,
I don't think I work hard. I
it
just
looks-
try to keep myself occupied all the time. I find I have friends, you phone them and you ask them, what are you doing? Nothing. Like, that is something I've never said in my whole life. I've never been able to do nothing. So the work hard is maybe a perception, but to me it's not working hard. To me it's just trying to finish whatever I want to do. But I have a very dear friend, an elderly gentleman, and he always says, and I love to say it, I am neither retired nor tired.
right, neither retired nor tired. Yeah.
Yeah, so
right.
that's what it is.
Uh,
And I do hope I can continue like this right till the last day on this planet.
so, sir, if not talking about any awards, achievement, or any another cap on your, feather, or not any more profiles, if we talk about. If I talk about the as a person, where do you see yourself that as a person you would like to reach after 5 or 6, 7 years?
To be honest with you, Deep, nothing in my life has happened planned. I've never thought that after 2 years I should be here, after 5 years I should be here, my house should become bigger, my car should be this. I have never planned anything. Yeah, I have just gone with the flow. And I've never put pressure on myself. Maybe there are times when I feel that I should have put pressure on myself, because had I put pressure on myself, maybe I would have done more, maybe I've done less, but I've never pressurized myself. I've never thought, yes, now in 5 years I should be sitting here, in 3 years I should be here. I've never done that. It has never been a thought. It has just been be conscious, do good work, try and be as nice to everybody and everything as you can, and the system and nature will reward you. So
Right.
that is what I've done.
Originally, sir, if I talk, you came from the Mumbai and you started your journey.
I didn't come from Mumbai. I
Okay.
came from Bombay.
Bombay, yeah, okay, sorry. You came from Bombay. You initiated your professional journey from Ahmedabad. Mumbai ની એવી કઈ વસ્તુ છે સર? Technology has changed, buildings have changed, roads have changed, but still, when you go to Mumbai, you recall and you miss.
If you're talking work-wise, it is
Anything.
the professional way of approaching everything. Everybody in Bombay appears to have a purpose. Everybody whom you deal with is very focused. He has something in mind to be done, and he's working towards it. Whereas in Gujarat, I think people are still a bit laid back. જોઈએ શું થાય છે. Let us see what can be done. That is not really a sentence one hears in Bombay. In Bombay, the sentence is, let's see how we can do it. That is on the professional side. On the personal side, you must remember that I spent the first 30 years of my life over there. So all my school friends, my gully friends, my society friends, that was a different life, a different bonding, and I still hold on to a large number of them. Whereas once you've crossed your 30s and you change a city, it's very difficult to make friends. So there are times when I think that yes, I have hundreds of good friends in Ahmedabad, but I don't think I have a best friend. So there's always a line that you draw in Gujarat, or at least I draw, which I don't draw in Bombay. So
This is right.
I think I can let go a bit in Bombay, but I can't do that here.
Yeah.
Though I've spent a major portion of my life here.
Sir, your wife is international artist. You happen to travel a lot of countries with her for the exhibition, participation in the exhibition purpose. Any special memory you would like to share with any special moment or any country you travel, and the responses or the interaction with any exhibitors or anyone which you would like to share and have the special
One
memory?
very Indian thing which I don't like hearing, but I keep hearing, that you really support your wife.
Yes.
You are very supportive. You're very encouraging. Now, nobody says that to her. Nobody tells a wife that you have been supportive to your husband, but the husband's journey would have been incomplete without the wife. Just as the wife's journey is incomplete without the husband's. Now, this is something you don't hear in Western countries. You hear it in India everywhere. Every possible city in India, whether it has been Shillong, it has been Calcutta, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, I've heard this. Coimbatore, every possible city of India. But I've not heard this in a single foreign country, that you are supportive of your wife. It's just taken naturally and normally that, yeah, he would be around. So what I do in India is, whenever I'm standing around in our exhibition and people come and ask me, who are you? So I always say, I'm the wife. So yeah, I find that as a very distinct this thing. Another interesting thing is that art as a form is not understood by a lot of Indians. We have never been taught to appreciate art. Whereas in a Western culture, or even in Australia or Singapore, you find that everyone has been taught to appreciate art. They can come and discuss the painting, the technique, the colors with the artist. Whereas the discussions in India are more on uh, what are you trying to do? What was the size? How did you do it? How many hours did you work? So there are very different ways in which people look at art in different parts of the world.
Right. Uh, you are blessed with two daughters, and they both are doctors. Uh, Samir J. Shah's legacy, 45 years and 50 years or 55 years coming in logistic, will carry ahead by your daughters. Is it true?
First of all, we must remember that I am second generation. It is not I who started this logistic journey in my family. It was started by my dad before I was born. Then my brother came in, and then I came in. But we were always given the freedom to decide what we want to do. My brother is a doctor. He's never been part of the logistic industry. My daughters were given the same freedom that you do what you want to do. And we must also recognize that logistics in India was not what it is today. It was not that great or so much in the limelight maybe 20 years back when my girls and my friends' children had to decide on careers. So that's what it is. And what is legacy? Legacy is not what I'm going to leave behind. Legacy is what I can leave behind when I'm alive also. What I can share when I'm alive. That is also legacy. Why are we thinking that legacy is just monetary or maybe a building or maybe a library or something? I am living my legacy now. I'm spending so much time in sharing whatever I've learned over the years. So there are other parts of my legacy which I'm sure my girls will carry ahead. Why should I be restricting them to carry ahead my professional legacy only? There are many legacies which I am going to leave.
Very true, yeah. Further in our discussion, sir, would like to know when you travel to foreign countries or when you are away from your home, which dish you miss the most?
Very honestly, I don't miss anything for the simple reason that my favorite food remains potatoes. And potatoes is a universal item. There's not a single country in which you won't get a potato item. My wife is, of course, a wonderful cook, and she cooks very well. So, yeah, if it's been a few days, I might miss home food. But as a diet, I have learnt one thing which I learnt when I was studying abroad, that the menu in a restaurant is not what the restaurant serves. The restaurant serves much more than the menu. So I have never had to carry food, no theplas, no vadas, nothing. Maybe a little bit of a snack here and there, but I've never carried food per se. I always go into a restaurant and I ask to meet the chef. And I tell the chef that these are the things I can eat. I don't tell him these are the things I don't eat, because the don't list is very long.
Long, yeah.
So I only tell him what I can eat. And in 9 out of 10 times, they come up with a wonderful dish. I may not know the name, I may not know it, but it tastes wonderful. So I would recommend, in fact, I was quite surprised. I was in one of these Far East countries and I phoned room service. And there was an Indian of Singapore, from Singapore on the line. And I was asking her, what all vegetarian items you have and all. And then she told me, she said, sir, you want dal khichdi? And I said, is it available? She said, yes, I can give you dal khichdi. And then she taught me that just ask somebody for lentil soup and rice. That's your dal khichdi for. But yeah, jokes apart, but every 5-star hotel anywhere in the world will serve you masala khichdi or vegetable khichdi. Every hot restaurant in the world we'll serve you an item of potatoes, and I don't go for French fries. I never do a McDonald's or a Burger King or this thing. I never do. I never do Domino's and all that when I'm abroad. I always try to go into a restaurant and tell them that make something vegetarian.
Wow, excellent, sir. And I think these will help a lot of people who are traveling to abroad and they are finding difficulties to get
it
their
is not
food.
at all difficult. I've been traveling, I think, almost 40 years now, but I've rarely carried food with me. Rarely. And I think Indian vegetarians should not worry about it.
Yeah.
And I don't even do eggs. So I don't eat eggs either.
Eggs, yeah.
So there is no problem. I have not had a problem.
One very funny question, but sir, it is a reality. When you are, standing in the long queues for the immigration or for the checking and all, any, kind of the typical human behavior that you observed and you laughed in the mind, or you thought, "Arey, again not."
No. See, when you're standing in an immigration line and you look around, you can make out by looking at the people, at the papers in their hand or the way they've held their passport, whether they have been regular travelers or they are nervous travelers or they are citizens of that country. You can always make out when you look at them. Given my nature, if I see somebody fumbling with papers, I always tell them that, look, do it in this manner. I think you should not have a problem. But I had a very interesting experience myself. I had once gone to Brussels. I was standing in the immigration line. When my number came, I gave him my passport and he looked at me, read my name, and he said, Gujarati. So I said, yes. So he's saying, where are you going? I said, Antwerp. So he said, diamonds. So I said, no, put of Antwerp. And the man put my passport down, turned round and shouted a Gujarati in the port sector. Because I assume Brussels was expecting that all Gujus would be from the diamonds.
Diamonds, yeah.
Yeah, and he said it so loudly that a lot of people standing in the lines also heard, that a Gujarati in the port sector.
Sir, it is, probably in a routine for the person like you who keep traveling very frequently. But to manage the, SIM card transfer from domestic to international roaming, taking the insurance, taking care of the to-do list and all. So how you manage, or it is now managing on a,
No, it's
it is
not
in nature?
managing on its own. I am, while it doesn't appear, I'm principally always nervous. So being nervous is a good thing because then it helps me plan. So, and I understand risks very well. So my insurance is always an annual insurance for my foreign travel. I only take annual insurances over the last almost 15 or 20 years. Earlier, yes, I would take per trip insurances.
yeah.
So that is one thing. Secondly, I am always conscious that somebody may be wanting to contact me. I don't want to contact people, but somebody may be wanting to contact me. So I never change my SIM card. Even when it was very expensive to take a roaming, I still took that expensive roaming. I've never gone abroad and changed my SIM card or anything. I've kept the same number. Because the choice of picking up the phone is with me.
Right, yeah.
The choice of dialing me is with somebody else. So I've never changed my SIM card. And yes, I have a proper list in my phone. And it doesn't take me more than 30 minutes to pack my bag for any trip. If it's an India trip or a short foreign trip, I might do it in 15-20 minutes. If it's a longer trip and I have to take out my clothes for the colder climate, it might take 30-35 minutes. So I'm quite organized. You learn out of mistakes, and that is what logistics teaches you. That how do you do it better the next time.
Yeah. Sir, any movie that you have seen many times and you would like to see multiple times also?
Oh, large number of them, large number of them. And I've been very much influenced by the Hindi film songs of the 50s, 60s, and the 70s. Great learnings, great way of shaping the young in those days. If you talk about movies, I prefer to see movies where I don't have to think. So if it's some crime thriller, some political movie and all, I watch them. It's not that I don't watch, because I watch a lot of movies. I think I watch in 365 days at least 300 plus movies.
Oh,
Sometimes though I do binge watching also. So so I do 300-400 movies in a year. But what I would like to see, I would like to see a border. I think I've seen it a number of times. Maybe 20-25 times I've seen the movie Border. In recent times I've seen both the Dhurandhars at least 5-6 times. I've seen Lalo 5 times. I've still not seen it on OTT, and all the times in the theatre. Dhurandhar also all the times in the theatre. Another movie which everyone laughs but I enjoyed was that Suryavansham
yes.
of Amitabh Bachchan. It's a big joke. Then of course you had the older ones. You had Saraswati Chandra was one which I really liked, and I try and find it out and watch it. So there were lots of movies, lots of movies.
So before the podcast, sir, I was under impression that I know Samir J. Shah, sir, since 18 years, because you were my professor. I am associated you since a good time. So I think I know you very well. But while discussing this, the unfiltered conversation, now I am finding that I should know this, since before many times. And, I am not aware much of the other part of these stories. So very interesting, and I am really finding it very joy, and હું બહુ મજા કરું છું એમ તમારી વાતોને સાંભળું છું અત્યારના, અને એને જોઈ રહ્યો છું, બિકોઝ આઈ એમ અ રીડર. સો તમે રીડ કરતા હોય ને ત્યારે તમે દ્રશ્યો જોઈ શકો. સો હું અત્યારે જોઈ રહ્યો છું કે તમે એરપોર્ટની વાત કરો છો, તમે ઇમિગ્રેશનની વાત કરો છો, તમે હોટલની વાત કરો છો. So, sir,
Like you spoke about hotel and you spoke about languages. Okay, let me tell you, whenever I go to a hotel, I always am very nice to the staff in the hotel, extra nice. Because I have noticed that in the first 20 minutes, they judge what type of a person you are. They're very good judges of character. Even the air hostesses, they are very good judges of character. So if you are a bit polite with them, you are a bit extra cordial with them, they always go the extra journey to make you comfortable. I will always tell at reception, I hope this is the best room possible that you are giving me. I will always tell them in advance, I want a room close to the elevator. I want a room on a higher floor. Those type of things. And I've always noticed that it helps, and people are very nice to you. Even during the flight, if you have been, if you greet them properly, you're not intrusive, you're not disturbing other people, they behave very well with you. So I always tell everyone, try and respect everyone. Don't think he's carrying my bag, so what? And I see that a lot with people. Especially the new affluent people, I see that a lot. Ye to bag uchke, like that. And languages, I must share some good experiences with you. I speak Marathi very well, and I speak formal Marathi. I don't speak the colloquial Marathi, because I was born and brought up in a area which spoke formal Marathi. And I'd gone abroad. I was with a friend of mine. He was a Maharashtrian. And he said that, look, 10 days that you all are here, my wife also speaks Marathi. So he said, 10 days you all are here, we will speak only in Marathi. Because we don't get an opportunity in Europe or Russia to speak in Marathi. So we just land up speaking inside the home in Marathi. So we were sitting in a roadside cafe, having a coffee and talking in Marathi. And after some time, we saw our neighbor slowly doing this, and he was engrossed in listening to what we were talking. And both of us noticed it, but we continued talking. And after some time, that man got up and he came to us and he spoke to us in English. He says, if you don't mind, you are either from Vileparle in Mumbai or you are from Pune. And both of us were shocked because I'm Vileparle, he's Pune.
Oh.
And we said, yeah, we are Vileparle in Pune. So he said he had done a PhD in Marathi in Moscow University, and he could understand the different dialects of Maharashtra, and he could pick up that we were talking a very formal Marathi. My wife and my friend's wife had a similar experience in the underground in Moscow. They were in the underground in Moscow and they were talking in Marathi. And there was this girl, a Russian girl, sitting next to them, and she started speaking to them in Marathi. So, these are really, I don't know, bizarre experiences that you get.
Uh, it happened in which year, sir?
This would have been 98, 99.
Okay. Yeah.
98, 99. In Moscow, where you would not expect anybody to speak any language that you and I know.
True. Sir, during, I think since some of the award functions or the major events at national, international level, where I have noticed that you wear the white, the traditional jacket, Indian jacket, where other guests were in the formal attire, most of them in the blazers or most of them in the blazers only. So, sir, any special reason to repeat the same white color ka kurta in all the function?
First of all, your definition of formal is wrong. We just feel that if you worn a western coat or a western blazer, you are formal. A churidar kurta is also formal. A churidar kurta with a jacket is also formal. I never did it earlier. I've been doing it only for the last few years now. I realized that if you look at the Africans, they so proudly wear their clothes anywhere in the world for any event. So I would also start feeling that why can I not wear Indian clothes? So I do land up wearing a churidar kurta, not white, but any color, very often. I have a few jackets, but those jackets have a message because each of those jackets is embroidered and with an embroidery of a particular region of India.
Oh.
So I have katha work, I have, I don't remember the names just now, but I have a lot. Then I have shirts. I have a bandhani shirt, I have a Sambalpur shirt, I have different shirts where I have tried to keep part of the shirt out of an Indian traditional art form. And I wear it, and people appreciate it abroad. In India, people are a bit confused. Okay, oh, this looks like a party shirt. Why have you worn it here? Because in India, for us, these are all very normal things. But if you wear a bandhani shirt or you wear a patola shirt in a foreign country, they notice it and they will ask you. I remember a few years back, I was invited by the International Lohana Committee to address an international conference of the Lohanas in Dubai. And I went over there and I saw everyone was fully dressed in very good Western wear. The ladies, the gents, everywhere. And I was the only one in a churidar kurta and a jacket. And when I started my speech, they wanted the proceedings to be done in Gujarati. So I said why I had worn these clothes. And that I think that they were making a mistake. That Gujjus, Lohanas from all over the world are meeting in Dubai and not wearing Indian clothes.
Yes.
So I think you should. I do it for that reason.
True. Uh, Sir, you, as you mentioned in your our previous conversation, you will not find any difficulties related to the food, especially you travel to the foreign countries and all. Now, the reverse question: you tasted any dish in any of the country, and you know would like to have when you come back to the India, and you insist your wife to cook that dish.
Bhutan. For me, it's a foreign country. For you also, it's politically a foreign country. They have a wonderful item called emadatsi, which is cheese and potatoes and green chilies. It's out of the world. So that is one beautiful item. Of course, potatoes is there, so it makes it much better. Then in Austria, you get a potato soup,
Okay.
which is very beautiful. In France, you get an onion soup, which is only onions. And it's a soup. And it still doesn't give you the taste of onions in your mouth. It was a wonderful thing I've had. So, yeah, quite a few items like that.
So
Though emadatsi we cook at home.
Okay.
Emadatsi we cook a lot at home, but not the other items. Yeah, potato soup sometimes, but not an onion soup.
Sir, as you mentioned, you are a very organized person, and there is no doubt because I know you since many years. Sometimes it happens that students may come late, but lecture has started on the time. Uh, Despite of having so much of discipline, ક્યારે એવું બન્યું છે કે તમારાથી ફ્લાઇટ મિસ થઈ ગઈ હોય કાં તો કોઈ એવો ફની ઇન્સિડન્ટ કે યાદ ના આવ્યું હોય અત્યારે આપણી પાસે ગૂગલ મેપ અને રિમાઇન્ડર્સ ને બધું છે વોઝ દેટ એની ફની ઇન્સિડન્ટ
I don't consider myself to be very organized. I have to be very honest with you. I feel that I can organize myself much better. And I always have some pendency. Maybe it's not in the public domain. So people around me may not know, but I know how much is pending with me. So I don't really consider myself to be very organized. Yes, I consider myself to be careful. That I will try and see that nothing goes wrong. Have I missed a flight? I missed my first flight last year. Otherwise, I've never missed a flight. And I missed my first flight last year in Calcutta, of all the places. I saw Google Maps, and Google Maps showed me 90 minutes to the airport. And I sat down in the cab, and at 90 minutes, I would have reached in advance to catch my flight, but I took 150 minutes. So I took 1 hour more because of the traffic and whatever. Other than that, I've never missed a flight because I'm always careful. Yeah, there was a time when I would always reach the airport just 2 minutes before whatever time I had to reach. But over the last many years, I reach at least half an hour before my scheduled time. But I think
Right.
that comes with age and everything.
experiences in here.
Yeah, so only once I've missed a flight, and it was, I had to spend the night in a hotel, no clothes, request them for clothes, and then early morning catch the flight
them.
back.
Right. One quick question, sir, would like to ask. You must be in the many groups of WhatsApp, and probably the unread messages are also there. If you would like to exit any of the 3, 5, or 10 groups on a silent way, which are they?
I think it would be very disrespectful for me to exit a group if somebody has added me onto it. So I do have a tendency to message people who send good morning every day. So I tell them, please remove me from the good morning messages. I tell them in a very polite manner, and most people respect it. But exiting a group, I think I would do only if I can have a good conversation with the admin of the group or the person who has done it, because it's also a form of respect towards him. Why did he include me in the first place? Yeah, if some stranger sends me, then yes, I don't even join the group, or I exit it on the spot. But if it is somebody whom I know socially, it may be a religious group, it may be a music group, it may be a community group, a logistic group. I find it difficult to exit proactively. So, if I can have a conversation with the person, I will exit. If I cannot have a conversation, I will not exit, but I may not engage. I may not engage in that group. I think if you look at my phone, I get 800-900 messages a day, and I'm part of almost 160 groups. So which one? So I do think often that let me go for a digital detox, but then I realize that why should I go for a digital detox? Because out of the 160 groups, groups which really interest me are only 12 or 13 on which I'm very engaging and active. But on the rest, I just glance through them. Once in a while, I might pick up something from there. I rarely write over there because I've also noticed that whenever you write on a new group, then people start taking liberties with you.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm a bit careful over there. But exiting a group is a bit harsh. If I can't do it I would not do it without talking to the admin.
True.
Or I will not join the group. I'll just exit immediately. So then they don't mind.
Yeah. Sir, as you travel a lot of countries, if I talk about India, India is rich by tradition, culture, food. Any memories you would like to share when you travel in early 20s or 30 to any city, and that memory still is there with you?
India for me is a continent. It is not a country. And I think I've visited about 24 or 25 of the states in India. So I can say broadly I have traveled the length and the breadth. I have done ST buses. I have done unreserved train travel. I have also done tractor travel. I've done every possible type of travel within the country. So it's been a lot of good memories, a lot of interesting memories. But what I noticed across India is that the people are very warm. People are not unconcerned about you. If you are a stranger, you will always have somebody coming up and asking you, can I do something for you? Are you searching for something? That is something I think only India offers. I've not seen that anywhere else. Yeah, I saw it a little bit in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and I saw it in Sri Lanka. But other than that, I have not seen it anywhere. But India, yeah, very warm people, very friendly people, and I must say that uh, if I make a list of the cities that I would have touched in India and abroad, it might cross 100. But I've never had a bad experience. Only once in Milan, my bag got stolen.
Oh,
But because I was there at the invite of the Commissioner of Customs, I got my bag back, but without the cash. But no papers lost, no mementos lost, nothing. Only the cash was lost. And I think probably it was my mistake, not realizing that I'm in Milan and I should not be so careless. Otherwise, I've never had a bad issue anywhere. I've had in India. There have been times when I have been to the same city with gaps of 4 years and 5 years, and you find that the city has changed completely. And then there are cities when you go there, even for 20 years, you hardly find a change over there. Like one city which really fascinates me is Varanasi. I remember going to Varanasi many years back, and there the hotel would tell us that please come back by 7 p.m. And if you want to go out after 7 p.m., please take the hotel car and go. And cut that to around 12 years later. I remember walking on the streets of Varanasi with my friends at 2 o'clock in the morning without a care in the world. That was a great transformation. Then you see old Calcutta, it remains the same for years together. You don't see any changes over there. You see it just happening like that. Whereas if you go to a Pune or a Bangalore, it changes every few months. Like just as Ahmedabad is now changing every few months, but Pune and Bangalore change every few months. On the other side, if you go into rural India, and I do go into a lot of rural India, there it's very interesting. It's not only Gujarat but anywhere. You will find people sitting outside their houses and they are your real search engines, Google search engines. They are the real Google Maps. And then you also have people saying, "Okay, look into your car and tell you, okay, you all are full. I'll just take my scooter and I'll drop you." No, that's all you see only in India. You don't get to see all of that. If you go to countries like Italy or Austria or Germany and all, where English is not spoken a lot, they will avoid you. The French also will avoid you. You can't ask them a question. They don't want to answer you. They'll do this, and they'll walk away. So, whereas in India, even if he doesn't know English, he'll find somebody who knows English and help the person.
True.
Yeah, so that is what happens.
સર જ્યારે ગુજરાતની વાત થાય છે ત્યારે ગરબા વગર ગુજરાતની ઓળખ નથી થતી અને એક આગવું છે કે ના ગુજરાત એટલે ગરબા ખમણ ઢોકળા અને ગુજરાતીઓની એક આગવી ઓળખ છે. લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ તમે ક્યારે સર મન મૂકીને ગરબા રમ્યા હતા ગુજરાતમાં?
First of all, dance. I'm very fond of dancing.
ઓહ,
તો કોઈ વાર ઘરે પણ ગેસ્ટ આવ્યા હોય, મારી ડોટર્સ હોય, તો અમે લોકો ઇમ્પ્રોમ્પ્ટુ ડાન્સ તો ઘણીવાર કરીએ ઘરમાં. કોઈ પણ ફંક્શન પાર્ટી કોન્ફરન્સમાં જઈએ તો આઈ એમ વન ઓફ ધ ફર્સ્ટ પર્સન્સ ઓન ધ ડાન્સ ફ્લોર. I've been very fond of Indian folk. So whether it is the Garba, it is the Lejim, it is Tamil folk, it is the Assamese dances, anything, I've always been very fond of it. I'm not very good at all the Western ones, but the Indian ones, yes, I've always been very fond and doing it. Yes, now my body doesn't support me as much as I would like it to support me, but in dancing, I can still manage 1 or 2 hours, but in the earlier times we used to dance till 6 o'clock in the morning.
વેરી ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ સર. આજે તો બધી જે વાતો થઈ છે મને લાગે છે કે આ બહુ મતલબ એક નેક્સ્ટ લેવલની વાત છે. પીપલ વિલ નોટ ઓનલી લાઇક બટ ઘણી વખત એવું તમે ઘણી વખત કોઈ પોડકાસ્ટને છે ને 3, 4, 5 વખત જો કદાચ આ એમાંનું એક પોડકાસ્ટ બનશે કે જે સમીર જે શાહ જેને અત્યાર સુધી સ્ટેજ ઉપર માઇક લઈને બોલતા કાં તો ટીચિંગમાં અને એમાં જોયેલા અને આ સમીર શાહને જે જોશે એમ સાંભળશે. Sir, I would like to ask you one very in-depth question. You were born in 1960 and today is 2026. So what was the social structure at that point of time, and have you seen the the changes, or what are the major changes you have noticed in these periods?
I was very fortunate that I went to a very secular school. And our school was to a large extent a-religious, if I can say. So we never asked each other like normal Gujjus ask, "Tu kai jatno che?" So that was something which we never asked. We didn't know. We went to our friends' home, stayed there, and all that happened was when we sat down to eat, the friend's mother would say, "Ki don't take from this dish," because it would have been a non-veg dish or something like that. She would say, "Don't take from this, otherwise you can eat the rest." Other than that, there was nothing like that. There was never a question where people wanted to know what were your religious inclinations, what were your social. There was such a lot of acceptance of the human being as such, which over the years is unfortunately getting very polarized. But I must say that I've had some of the best of my life's experiences with people from other communities. So I think I have a lot of faith in the goodness of people, and for me, their belief their food habits, their practices is something which I would not like to get involved into. I would like to respect it. If they invite me to participate, I will participate in whatever manner I can without affecting my sensibilities. If I can't, I will wish them well and stay away. But I think that was a lot to do with the upbringing of the 60s and the 70s, when it was a very different world at that point in time. People were also very different. We asked different questions to each other. We behaved differently. So that's what it is. But yes, the world is changing and is changing very fast.
Sir, a lot of efforts has been taken to promote the literature. So in Gujarat, you can see Gujarat literature festivals or the book fair have been organized by the various organizers. But many of a time, we have noticed that the footfall or the walk-ins or the enthusiasms was not that up to the mark. So according to you, what is the major reason for that, sir?
No, see, I have one very big regret, is that though I'm a Guju, I am not very proficient in Gujarati. But that was also because of the way I was brought up. There are no complaints towards anybody. I actually learned Gujarati after coming to Ahmedabad, so when I was past 30. So for me to be able to read Gujarati is possible, but it takes me a little bit of time. Same thing now, after having been away from Mumbai for 35 years, it happens with Marathi. My Marathi was always better than my Gujarati earlier. But then, as I told you earlier, I think in English. So for me, to appreciate English literature is easy. I do try to listen to a lot of Gujarati songs, and thanks to all the soft media now, they also give you the English spellings of the words so you understand it better. They also give you the lyrics, which makes it a bit better. And but I think life has become so competitive, so fast, that people don't really have the time to take out for the finer arts, and I don't know where this will end. I have very little idea. Though I do try to watch as many Gujarati movies as I can, watch as many Marathi movies as I can, go for music programs, but still I feel you can do a lot more over there.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and life journey. I was actually, when you were sharing your journey, I went to 60s and I was, viewing the situation where you were saying that people were so humble, there were no competition or there were no asking which religion you, which background you belongs to. And so that was a very different time. But I must say, sir, thank you so much. And you actually leave your legacy. See, I came to know that you are learning AI tool.
Yeah.
Right. You are still learning and you want the learning pace still at the age of 65. So age is not a barrier for learning. And this is it itself give a message to the people who are associated with you that you are not great just only saying or communicating the stuff, but you are having a lot of knowledge. Still you want to grab the lot of knowledge inside you. So I must thank you so much. I must convey my sincere gratitude to you to join this wonderful conversation at Deep Mehta Associate and JBS Academy platform. And I am very sure, sir, these will go and reach to the youth, the working professional, the people who born in 60s and 70s, and they will find it very worth. Thank you so much, sir.
I'd only like to end, Deep, by telling you that life is difficult and it's complicated. It's for you to try and keep it as simple and easy as possible. It's a difficult sentence that I've said, but the more you can try and keep it simple for yourself, you might upset people, you might not upset people, but as long as you're not consciously doing anything wrong, you're not consciously doing something to run down another or hurt another, I think it's okay.
Yeah, very true, sir. Thank you.